My name is Munazza Alam. I'm an astronomer and astrophysicist, and I work at the Space Telescope Science Institute in Baltimore, Maryland, which runs the mission operations and control of NASA's flagship missions like the Hubble Space Telescope and the James Webb Space Telescope.
I am a consultant oncoplastic breast cancer surgeon, which means that I look after women and occasional men with breast cancer. And a big part of my work also is to undertake research regarding improving the outcome of breast cancer and looking at the surgical techniques that can improve the outcome of breast cancer and improve women's quality of life.
I'm a journalist. My journalistic work has been published by nationwide newspapers in Germany, and I'm also an author of 2 books and several essays. And I'm a member, I used to be a member of the Committee of Experts on Human Rights in the German Parliament, Deutsche Bundestag.
Anything and everything I do in my life is anchored into Khilafat Ahmadiyya.
And everything we learn by Huzur, I have full trust that that's the right thing to do. So, yeah, Huzur is everything to me.
There is also an excerpt from a sermon of our second Khalifa that is particularly inspiring to me. In this khutbah, the second Khalifa says that there is a promise of God that members of Jamaat Ahmadiyya will be successful in every field in the world, every secular field, whether it's art, architecture, blacksmithing, engineering.
When I was at school, third Huzur Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Salis, Rahmahullah Ta'ala, started the educational award scheme. So Huzur said in his sermon that anybody who's taking an exam and anybody who gets the result should write to me. Now that was a great stimulation. That was a great motivation, because you're very, very driven to say, I want to write to Huzur, I came first. I don't want to write to Huzur, I came third. So that really anchored the academic excellence into us at that stage.
I remember that Khalifa Rabi mentioned that the Jamaat, that we need more journalists and media professionals because mass media has a huge impact on people. And that was what motivated me. You know, I could have chosen a worldly career because I had really good grades, but what motivated me was not to make a lot of money, but to reach to the hearts of the people and to serve the Jamaat, to serve Huzur. That was something that really was important to me.
From when I was a child, I remember my parents would especially encourage us to write letters to our beloved Huzur at the beginning of the school year and also for end-of-year exams. And I remember when I was 11 years old, my school was participating in an event called the Science Olympics, in which they would select 2 students from each school to participate in this event. And I remember I so desperately wanted to be selected for this event. And so I came home that day and I wrote a letter to our beloved Huzur, asking him to pray that I get selected for the Science Olympics. And I think about that now, how I wrote about something so unimportant to someone so important. And he read my letter and he wrote back. And he wrote back that may you get selected for the Science Olympics if it is right for you. I still have that letter. And in fact, I was chosen to go to the Science Olympics, and the team that I was a part of actually won 2nd place.
And last year it happened that I was invited to a debate, to a talk show with a viewership of millions. And the setup was like that I was supposed to debate with 3 men, 3 harsh, very prominent Islam critics. And everyone told me not to go. Even the host tried to convince some representatives of other Muslim organizations, and all declined to join the show. And also some Ahmadi Muslims got nervous, and that's why I wrote to Huzur, because I was not sure should I attend the show or not. And then I received a phone call by Huzur. And Huzur was so calm and reassuring and empowering and answered all my questions. And after that phone call, I felt so confident. You know, I wasn't nervous at all, and I just thought, you know, what kind of there's no fear if you know that the support and the prayers of Khalifa worked out with you. But after that show, the comments on social media were many Muslims commented that they didn't see 4 Muslims, they only saw 1 Muslim. So even the non-Ahmadi Muslims admitted that the only person who defended Islam and presented the true teaching of Islam was an Ahmadi Muslim. But what they don't realize is that the courage and the strength they admire, that it comes from the relationship with Huzur.
When I was working for my fellowship for the Royal College of Surgeons called FRCS, I wrote to Huzur a slightly panicky letter to Huzur. There's an awful lot of work. My job is really, really busy. Please can you pray for me that I pass the exam? Why the return letter? It was a beautiful surprise. There was a letter and there was a small homeopathic medicine that Huzur has sent, and Huzur has said, please take this medication 4 times a day. This will help with your memory. I was simple and young and stupid at the time, so I looked at this and I said, I'm really, really busy, doctor. I don't think I can take the medicine 4 times a day. I wasn't being disobedient, but as they say in Urdu, Gustaqiyan nahi hai, mohabbat ke hain ye naaz. I'm not being rude, I'm being audacious because of your love. I wrote back to Huzur, say, Huzur, I'm busy. Please can I take the tablet only twice a day? I feel so bad thinking about it now. And Huzur, who had the responsibility for the whole world, loved us so much that he wrote back to this stupid doctor to say, if you only take half the medicine, you'll have half the effect.
For younger Lajna that are starting their careers and academic journeys, my advice would be to make sure that in every sphere, in every event, in every setting that you go to, don't be afraid to showcase yourself and show up as an Ahmadi Muslim woman. Wear your parda, be confident in your values, and stay true to who you are.
So what I really learned through my relationship with Huzur was not to fear people. Honestly, the only opinion that really matters to me is the opinion of Huzur, and that's kind of, that made me fearless. And Huzur always encouraged us as women in the Jamaat.